Hello and welcome to the 2020 Serial Draft. I'm Chris Cole alongside Kel Miper. We've got a great show lined up for you tonight. A little bit different circumstances for this year. Kel, what are you expecting for this year's draft?
Well, we got a lot of teachers going crazy deciding to draft cereal. We don't know what's going to go first: sugary cereal, fruity cereal, healthy cereal. We just don't know, Chris. I don't know what to expect.
All right, we're ready to jump right in. Let's kick it down to the draft floor for round number 1.
Here's how the draft will work. It'll be 5 rounds total. The last pick in the first round will have the first pick in the second round. Today's draft order will be starting with Mr. Owens, then to Mrs. Porter, then Mrs. Harvey, then Miss Wood. Then the draft order will reverse in the second round and return back to normal in the third.
With the first pick of the 2020 Serial Draft, Team Owens selects Reese's Puffs.
For my first pick for Team Porter, now I'm not responsible for any injuries that comes with this one, but it's a delightful yet dangerous cereal. It's Captain Crunch. It tastes so good, but also hurts so good at the same time.
Disclaimer, Craig always, before he starts a draft, before he starts any hockey drafts, anything, he always asks me who he wants to draft or who I want to draft for him. Now, I never really watch sports, so it's always just like a name that I've heard before. And so I asked him, who's never eaten cereal in his life, to do the same. So my pick is related to his cereal choice, which would be Fruit Loops, round 1.
Fruit Loops, round 1.
Solid.
Yep. We'll see how that pans out for me. If it doesn't work out, then I can just blame him.
I have 2 children of the same age that we are going to be presenting these choices to. And so around the board, the number 1 pick was Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So I'm going to be choosing Cinnamon Toast Crunch for my first pick.
That's a great cereal for number 4 in the draft.
All right, Kel, round 1 in the books. What stands out to you as the most unique picks here in round 1?
Well, I think we had the consensus number 1 pick going number 1 overall. Reese's Puffs, sugary, peanut buttery, chocolatey, like a consensus number 1 pick. Now, where I thought it was weird is Fruit Loops, number 3 overall, the Team Harvey. Weird choice going fruity right away. Wonder what you thought there with Cinnamon Toast Crunch still on the board.
Yes, I agree with Reese's Puffs. It's candy for breakfast. You cannot argue with Reese's Puffs number 1 overall. Captain Crunch, a solid pick, but Fruit Loops, I agree. It's a classic, but is it worthy of a number 1 pick? I'm not sure. It was really interesting there. I expected Cinnamon Toast Crunch to go first. Maybe Fruit Loops was more of a team need. That's all right. We're going to head to round 2 where we expect maybe some more surprises.
For my second choice then, again, I pulled some kids. That's what I do. I talk to kids about this all the time. This is a huge hit in my house. I'm going to go with Lucky Charms.
A bit of a reach there.
When I was pregnant with Olivia, I loved those.
There have been several boxes of just the cereal found in Elena Wood's room where the marshmallows have been extracted.
I'm going to go... I'm in between 2 right now, 2 very close. But I think I'm going to shout this one out to my boy Jacob Roth, and we're going to go Fruity Pebbles.
Oof.
Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah.
Mr. Roth does have excellent taste in cereal.
Okay, so breakfast, it's probably the most important meal of the day, but as kids, sometimes we want to get reckless with our choices. So the cereal world came out with one called Cookie Crisp, where you could eat cookies for breakfast, but get away with it, and your parents wouldn't yell at you. So Cookie Crisp is my second pick.
See, I'm getting a steal here at the end of round 2. I cannot believe it's still on the board. I'm going to take it. I can't believe the jersey wasn't even made. I didn't even make a jersey for this box of cereal because I didn't think I'd get it. The last pick of the second round, I'm taking Frosted Flakes.
That was on my list, Owen.
And I cannot believe it's still there.
You know what? I went back and forth on that one. I was a little on the fence. The boy said it was very popular with the research that he did.
All right, Kel, here in round 2, we've got some surprising picks here. What are your thoughts on some of these reaches here in round 2?
Well, I thought Frosted Flakes not going until the end of the second round was weird. Lucky Charms, maybe a little overrated. Reach for that pick a little bit. Lucky Charms is sugary, but whatever those shape things are, just not round 2, pick 1 material. Again, Team Harvey going back-to-back fruity picks. Must be a team need here, Chris. That's the only thing I can think of. But a good, solid pick otherwise. Cookie Crisp. It's like you're eating mom's home cookies for breakfast. Very solid pick in round 2, but I think the winner again goes to the end of round 2. Team Owens, what a pick. Frosted Flakes, end of round 2. Sugary, sweet, flakes. The milk tastes great after it's done. I'd be hard-pressed to find a better pick.
Absolutely, Kel. I believe that Frosted Flakes is perhaps the steal of the draft here at the end of round 2. We'll see what comes in the next few rounds, but Frosted Flakes is an excellent pick for Team Owens. Great tasting milk after the cereal, a great component to look for in the pick here in the second round. Unbelievable value there at the end of the second round. Lucky Charms, it's got a good ratio of marshmallow to oat pieces. Some disagree. It's a questionable pick. We'll see if it works out for the next team later.
Well, I think too, Chris, we have Fruity Pebbles. Very, very 5-star cereal when it's not soggy, but as soon as it gets soggy, we have a cereal that's in the lower tier of cereals. Milk tastes good, but I'm not sure. Oh, maybe it is round 2 where I added a third round pick on my big board. So not much of a reach for Team Harvey there. Definitely going toward the fruity end of the spectrum for her. I hope it works out for her.
Certainly a high risk, high reward. Well, it looks like round 3 is ready to get started. Let's head down to the floor.
So I'm going to start off round 3 here. I've taken back-to-back sugary cereals. Wasn't really our plan going in the draft, but when the best player available falls to you in the last pick of the second round, you take it and then adjust from there. So I need to start with something that's delicious yet not full of sugar. I'm going to go Special K with berries, with red berries.
Okay.
Respectable, but do you think
never tried
know
it?
what that is? Yes, I've tried it, but do you think 8th graders care?
Oh, they better.
Well, their middle-aged mothers may eat it. For my third pick, although I'm one of the youngest people in this group, the cereal's just not for me anymore. It's for kids, and that's Trix. Trix are for kids. And that was a delicious treat, but I am no longer able to eat that anymore. And I am getting side-eye from my husband on this one as well.
All right. I'm kind of surprised this one hasn't been picked. I'm really hoping this one pays off for me. I'm going to go, Honey Nut Cheerios. Got to go.
Oh, I wanted that one.
That's Olivia's favorite solid.
The last of my round 3, I'm going to go with, Jacob Roth had a really good idea with his Fruity Pebble thing. I'm going to go with Cocoa Pebbles. Cocoa Pebbles. I need some chocolate on my roster.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Is that a thing? Is this a roster I'm building? I don't even know.
Well, beginning of round 3 here, Kel, Team Owens follows up with perhaps the steal of the draft with the biggest reach of the draft with Special K with red berries. I mean, this is putting lipstick on a pig here. This is poop with sugar. That's what the berries is. It's an attempt to mask the terribleness of Special K. The only good thing to ever come from Special K was the knockoff Scotcheroo. I mean, this is just the biggest reach of the draft by far. What are your thoughts here, Kel?
Yeah, an absolutely ridiculous cereal you could have gotten in free agency after the draft. Nobody had Special K with red berries on their radar. Perhaps the best 2 first picks turned into the worst of the draft. It can't get worse than this, but there are some solid picks here. Honey Nut Cheerios by Team Harvey really got herself back on the pedestal of being a great cereal drafter. Honey flavor, great tasting milk, stays unsoggy for a long time. Cocoa Pebbles not going to the end of the third round of Team Wood. Very solid pick. A little bit of a reach on Trix from Team Porter, as Trix doesn't have the fruity shapes anymore. But what do you do? But again, an absolutely ridiculous pick from Team Owens here. Special K with red berries. We thought he was good at this. Turns out he's the worst ever.
I agree, and I think Team Porter, perhaps thinking Team Harvey was going to get the fruit, thought they had to reach if they wanted Trix, had to grab it before Team Harvey could get another fruit cereal. It makes sense, a bit of a reach, but I can't blame them for making that choice there. Special K, I mean, if you're going to go healthy, just go healthy. Don't grab something with berries. Anyway, we got to move on.
Round 4, Raisin Bran, you go Chex, you go Raisin Bran, but not Special K with red berries. Not enough calories, not enough sugar. I mean, I agree with you on Team Porter. Probably reach for Trix, knowing that Team Harvey might snipe it in the third round. But a surprising pick from Harvey. Maybe Trix was on our board. We're not sure. But again, great picks all around outside of the abysmal, ridiculous, unprecedented pick from Team Owens. Third round Special K with red berries, the blunder of the draft.
Something that I don't think kids can have as often as they want, and I think that they genuinely really like it. It is a limited seasonal cereal. I'm Blueberries.
Oh, good one.
Not on my board, but a respectable cereal.
I'm gonna maybe take a risk with this one. I'm not really sure if this is gonna be good or not, but I'm gonna go with Frosted Mini Wheats.
Frosted Mini Wheats it is. That's a great cereal.
I like it too.
Got to go with the high fiber end of the spectrum once in a while.
I'm going to save my healthy pick for the last and final round. So I'm going to go to one here. This is a classic. It comes in a purple box. It's got 3 of the cutest people on it. It's Rice Krispie Treat cereal. Not just Rice Krispie. You have to have that word treat in it because it tastes like a Rice Krispie treat. It is amazing.
And we're on 4 here. I'm going to take another one falls to me, and I think it's a great cereal. I'm going Cocoa Puffs.
Oh, solid.
Ooh, respectable choice. We used to call them rabbit curds when the kids were little.
I call them Rabbit Delicious, is what I call them.
Round 4 here, Kel. We've got some classic picks. We've got some hot upstart picks. What are your thoughts here on round 4?
Well, I thought we had a pretty decent round here. Not any blunders really in this one. We saw seasonal cereal go off the board of Team Wood. We're starting around 4, but Mrs. Harvey, Team Harvey did it right with the healthy cereals going Frosted Mini Wheats. Team Owens should take note of her drafting ability as far as it comes to healthy cereals. Team Porter, a bit of a surprise here. Rice Krispie Treat cereal. Maybe could have waited on that pick. Not on anybody else's radar, but a delicious cereal nonetheless. Team Owens trying to get back in the good graces of the draft gods by taking Cocoa Puffs at the end of round 4. Chocolatey, crunchy, great, terrible when it's soggy, but still can't make up for the blunder of round 3.
Yeah, here the pick that stands out to me in round 4 is the Rice Krispie Treat cereal. Very high risk, high reward. It's got a lot of raw talent. It's a project. It's going to take some time to develop. It's got a great cereal to spoon ratio. It is fantastic. It's risky, but I think that is going to pay off. Could end up being one of the steals of the draft a few years down the road. Blueberries, a great classic pick. Frosted Mini Wheats, one of the first real healthy cereals off the board. I think it was a great time to snipe that. And Cocoa Puffs, second chocolate cereal. There's not a lot of chocolate prospects in this draft. I think this was a good time to snag one before it really drops off the cliff here for chocolates.
But I think, too, if you take blueberries, could you have taken Captain Crunch with berries or all berries even? I think all berries is an underrated cereal, better than blueberries, and you can get it all year round. I think it's a better pick for round 4. We still have plenty of good cereals on the board. We have the Captain Crunch family that's really still on the board, untouched outside of round 1. We have Peanut Butter Crunch. We have the all berries. We have Berry Crunch. We have all those cereals. Lots of great cereals left on the board here in the last round.
And this is a tough one for me. I had it narrowed down to a couple players that I thought might not be here, but are still here. But I'm going to end up going. I'm going to go my last pick, French Toast Crunch.
Ooh.
That's an oldie but a goodie.
Still there.
A true 90s kid. Come on now. My last pick is going to be a healthy one. When my husband had this cereal for the first time as a child, he was so moved by it. He called the company to compliment them because of how good it was. It's Honey Bunches of Oats.
Did you talk to that lady on the assembly line from the commercials? Because that's who I want to talk to.
Right, I'm gonna go with the sugary cereal here at the end. Something called Oreos.
Oreo O's.
Oh, I forgot about those.
Ooh,
Oreos.
Oreos, something like that. Oreos.
I'm gonna go with Golden Grams.
Yuck.
Ooh.
I feel like if you're a little older, you enjoy that.
Wow, my friends are just brutal.
Final round here, Kel, as we finish up the draft. It was a very interesting round, to say the least, here to end it. What are your thoughts as we sum up this final round?
Well, Owen's going with the French Toast Crunch, a 90s cereal. Had it when he was younger. Makes a great tasting milk, very crunchy, but an underrated cereal for 2020. I thought it was a bit of a reach. Probably could have gone as a free agent after the draft. Team Harvey going the same route. Chocolatey, 90s cereal, Oreo O's. Everybody knows Oreos, but will they know Oreo O's? I don't know. Honey Bunches of Oats, a great member of the healthy family for Team Porter. Really rounds out her team. I thought that cereal could have gone higher, had a first-round grade on it, but getting it in round 5 is a steal for Team Porter. Golden Grams, another excellent cereal for Team Wood. Has that mapley taste to it, crunchy. A little bit of a texture weirdness going on there, but I think it's a very solid pick for round 5.
Yeah, I think what stands out to me here in round 5, you've got to go for lightning in a bottle here. You're reaching for the stars. You don't want to go safe. And the Golden Grams, I think, is safe. I mean, the last athlete picked in the draft usually is known as Mr. Irrelevant. I think Golden Grams is the most Mr. Irrelevant pick of this draft. It's safe, and you don't want to go for safe in the last round. You want to go for the home run. Oreo O's is going for the home run. It could completely flop. It could be the best player in the league in a few years. Absolutely a great pick. Well, Cal, it certainly was an interesting 2020 teacher cereal draft this year. Can't wait to see how these prospects pan out in the future. Already looking forward to the 2021 draft.
Yeah, if you have anything else you want us to draft, leave the comments below. Who do you think won this draft? Maybe it was Team Owens with the abysmal Red Berries pick. If you want to make fun of him for the Red Berries pick, we do too. So put it in the comments below. Maybe you like another team besides Team Wood with that A grade. Feel free to leave your team grades down below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever you want to do, do it.